Hi everyone. Going into the trades is gaining great respect again. I remember telling a high school friend's dad, who insisted his son was going to college, that I was going to go into the trades rather than college, and his reaction was less than positive, to say the least. As a side note, that really didn't work out too well for them. My friend was just able to not work for 4 years and party. He never did get off the ground very well. For a lot of people, going to a 4-year college seems like a automatic choice when they graduate from high school. And the reason? Supposedly for more income when you graduate. Easier to get a job, right? Well, maybe, but let's take a look at that a little bit closer. There are a few drawbacks when you break it down. A bachelor's degree takes 4 years of study if you stay with it full time. This means you wouldn't enter the workforce until approximately age 22. Trade schools are approximately 2 years, so for argument's sake, let's say the tradesman would enter the working world at age 20. Another drawback is the cost. The average bachelor's degree in the good old USA costs an average of $127,000. Yet another drawback is some students aren't prepared to stick to a 4-year college. Statistics estimate that 40% of attendees at a 4-year college drop out before completing their degree. Whoa, 40%, that's huge. If you find you're part of that 40%, or could be, not only have you incurred some of the expense of college, but the financial baggage that goes with that, and you're left without getting your degree either. I think people who are approaching high school graduation should really consider trade schools. Trade schools offer compelling career paths, particularly compared to the college path described above. The huge advantage to a trade school is you're studying towards a specific trade rather than the mostly general studies offered at colleges and university. Generally, you go right to work after you've graduated from the trade school because most people look at the demand of the times to see who's looking for the most workers. Then they choose a trade that suits them and go to work when the demand has been determined. Also, salary levels in the trades aren't that much different compared to your 4-year college degree. A trade school graduate will make about $52,000 a year coming out of trade school. Now you run that over 30 years, the difference between trade school graduate and the 4-year college graduate is only $90,000 plus or minus some, depending on the on the trade, of course. Some pay more than others. Add in that with trade school you're entering the workforce 2 years earlier, so that's an additional 2 years of income, which the trade school graduate will make on average another $52,000 a year, adding up to approximately $104,000. That means at age 52, after 30 years in the workforce versus 32 for the trade school graduate, the college graduate will be ahead by $7,000 on lifetime income, even excluding the loan. Since the average trade school degree costs $33,000, which compared to $127,000 bachelor degrees, that means a savings of $94,000. But that's not the whole story either. Education loans cost 4% over 2 years, so the bachelor's degree will cost $154,000, while the trade school degree will cost only $40,000. The trades win again. It's a whopping savings of $114,000 just on the degree, the education. And there's variables on this, of course. This is not an exact science, but most students in both cases don't always finance their education. You got to keep that in mind. They find work to get other sources of income, meaning the gap will be less than the average case. Now, I know it sounds like I'm against college, and I'm not. I just think the trades should be considered equally and thoroughly when deciding what you'll do for a living and the consequences for both. So now let's say you've been out of high school for a few years. For many adults who have been out of high school for several years, the thought of attending a 4-year college can just be too much with all that life is handing to you now. Attending a focused, hands-on trade school can get you back into the workforce quickly and can be very appealing. Or say you're an adult making a midlife career change, and this can happen for many reasons these days. The days of working somewhere for 30 years and getting the gold watch and the retirement pension are far and few between, no matter what you're told. Companies have to do whatever they can to stay profitable, and many times it's at the worker's expense, unfortunately. If you're an adult who's making a mid-career change, then attending a 4-year college may not be the best option for you either. There's a ton of information available like this on the internet to help you make a decision on which way to go, and I encourage you to look at MikeRoweWorks.com. That's MICKROWEWORKS.com for more on the subject, and some scholarship opportunities that could help you get some financial help if you need it. If you're interested in the skilled trades and you'd like to see my course, Successful Small Service Contracting, check out contractorpreneur.com and see if you're a fit. The workshop's free, so you can see if you're interested or intrigued before you spend any money. Now please remember to like the video and ring the bell to subscribe so you can see all of my new content coming up. I'm posting a new video weekly, and sometimes more, and I don't want you to miss any of it. And thanks for watching, and as always, let me know if I can help you in any way I can. Take care.